This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of the Executive Council, has launched a 3-year-long nationwide competition with a total cash prize of 10.5 million dirhams on the history of Dubai. According to the news agency WAM, the competition titled 1971 Initiative, Our History, Our Identity has been launched to coincide with the Education Day and will begin on the 3rd of March this year. The nationwide initiative will be held for a duration of 3 months each year from 2014 to 2016. It encourages participation from Arabic-speaking residents and citizens aged 16 and over, where they will be asked a total of 1,971 questions about the UAE's past and future. During the 3-month competition, contestants will be tested with 657 multiple-choice questions on www.mubadara1971.ae about the country's history. The first 71 winners who get all the answers correct will receive 50,000 dirhams each. The initiative is aimed at educating the community about the history of the country by encouraging them to search for information. It also aims to contribute to the cultural documentation of the UAE through relying on accurate and reliable sources. Dubai's annual Car Free Day witnessed a growing number of participants earlier today. The Director General of Dubai Municipality, Hussein Nasser Luta, led officials from other departments in the yearly metro ride from Etisalat Station to the Union Station and walked to the municipality's headquarters. Meanwhile, 100 employees of the municipality along with other volunteers from Fun and Fit participated in a 3.5-kilometer bicycle rally from Dera City Center to the Civic Body's parking lot. Around 65 public and private organizations took part in this year's event, making it the biggest green drive in the Emirate. Luta said the aim of the day was to encourage people to use public transport, especially those commuting between just home and office, to save the environment.
Well, as you know, now the 5th time we are encouraging everybody. We have encouraged also private sectors. There's many companies. There's individual people is also participating with us. The idea, we want to convey a message to everybody that Dubai is a beautiful city, it's a clean city, it's a green city. We have to maintain it. We have to make less car on the street. The cars is increasing. There's a lot of cars increasing. We have other transportation is available. We have a wonderful metro. We have the tram is coming. We have the buses. Everybody can. It's not difficult. It's an easy, because a lot of also people, they are only moving from point to point from a house to point of work. No need for him to take a car. There is a lot of other transportation. We need to work together to encourage everybody to reduce number of cars in the street.
According to the civic body's estimates, around 9,000 people left their cars at home today and used public transportation. This would have reduced over 20 tons of carbon dioxide emission. Jamal Ahmad, a Sharjah resident, and Maria Christine from Dubai are just among those who welcome the initiative and look forward to participating again next year.
Yes, no, by my car from Sharjah to Dubai every morning. 6 I starting from Sharjah, 7 I start here, arrive in Dubai. But today I am very happy, come with my friend in near metro station and come here to take the bicycles.
Actually positive, having like this every day is just a very positive, to start your day, it's really good.
In keeping with Dubai's vision to keep the city a safe and happy place for children, the Community Development Authority has established the Child Protection Center. While the center has not been officially announced to the public, the Child Protection Center has received a number of cases for child abuse and neglect. Since its opening in November last year, the facility situated in Al Barsha is dedicated to providing counseling, consultation, and referrals. The center features different rooms wherein children can feel safe and secure to interact with parents, families, and authorities in the presence of psychologists and social workers.
Most of the cases we are seeing are sexual abuse. There is no difference between locals and non-locals. Both are 50-50 almost. We are seeing the age groups of sexual abuse. It's usually range between 7 to 12. Physical abuse, it is a bit higher, above 12 usually, more in male, of course. But we are not yet at a stage where we can determine the pattern.
In June last year, the Child Protection Hotline 800-988 was launched. Since then, the Community Development Authority has been receiving a number of inquiries and cases in cooperation with various government entities such as the Dubai Police, Dubai Health Authority, Dubai Foundation for Women and Children, and more. They say through their center and their hotline, they aim to empower children and the community.
The center, since the center have been launched, we haven't really launched it officially, so the number of clients is not much. Yet, we've managed to see something like 50 cases in the center. The hotline is there. It's 800-988. People are seeing it over the center and calling either to inquire about what is it, what kind of service we are providing, or to ask for consultation if they have difficulty in raising their children or difficulty with juvenile child or whatever kind of consultation. Other people are calling to report cases of abuse.
A new survey has placed the UAE as the second friendliest destination for Muslim travelers, while Malaysia was given the top spot in their 2014 rankings of top 10 halal-friendly holiday destinations. According to local reports, the survey by a Singapore-based Muslim travel specialist known as Crescent Rating ranked the UAE as the second most halal-friendly destination, ahead of Turkey, Indonesia, and Saudi Arabia. The survey evaluated countries in terms of the level of services and facilities provided for Muslim travelers, including the presence of and accessibility of halal restaurants with meat slaughtered to Islamic standards, and the provision of prayer rooms at airports, shopping malls, and hotels. Meanwhile, Singapore was placed 6th in the global rankings and was the only non-Muslim country in the top 10, followed by Morocco, Jordan, Qatar, and Tunisia. The survey, however, ranked Italy, Belgium, Ireland, and Mexico in the bottom 4 for limited focus on catering for the Muslim travelers market. Al Hilal Bank plans to be the first UAE lender to allow customers to use their Emirates ID cards to make cash withdrawals from its ATM machines. The Abu Dhabi-based bank said yesterday it was conducting final tests of the scheme in conjunction with the Emirates ID authority and hoped that the service would be launched within the next 2 to 3 months. Initially, the service will only be available to be used at its own ATMs and will not be available for use in other banks' machines or at retail outlets. Dependent on the success of the scheme, Al Hilal plans to expand the initiative to enable customers to use their ID cards in other banks' ATM machines, as well as at retail outlets in the UAE, effectively acting as a credit or debit card. The project is the second major outcome stemming from a strategic partnership agreement signed between Al Hilal and Emirates ID Authority in January of last year. The partnership agreement saw Al Hilal install e-readers for Emirates ID cards across its branch network as a means of streamlining the customer identification process. EIDA's Director General Ali Al-Khouri said in January that it was trialing a scheme in conjunction with local financial institutions for using Emirates ID cards in ATMs and credit card terminals. The authority was also exploring ID authentication services with Visa and MasterCard to enable ID cards to be used for transactions globally. Results of the trial are due to be announced in the second quarter of 2014. And finally, in the bulletin, Abu Dhabi is all set to showcase its culture and heritage during the second edition of the 10-day Qasr Al Hosn Festival, which begins on Thursday around the 200-year-old fort. Visitors will get to experience the Bedouin life and learn about the UAE's unique history through activities, performances, and workshops hosted by volunteers. One of the highlights of the festival will be Cavalia at Qasr Al Hosn, a series of live horse shows by Cirque du Soleil's co-founder Normand Latourelle from 22nd of February to celebrate equestrian arts. This year's festival will be divided into 4 areas located around the fort, which will include Abu Dhabi Island and the fort, desert, marine, and oasis. At the Abu Dhabi Island and fort area, children and adults will be able to explore different elements and artifacts of the structure's history. The desert area will allow guests to explore the desert life with the performance of the Al-Yula dance and conservation efforts of the Hubara bird. The marine section will emphasize the practices of fishing and pearl diving and its significance as the main source of livelihood for Emiratis. Finally, the Oasis will highlight the UAE's natural life, where guests will learn about the different medical uses of herbs and desert plants. Apart from the activities, authorities will also reveal the details of the reconstruction work around the fort. Additionally, the authorities have announced closures of 4 major roads surrounding the fort that include Hamdan Street, Rashid bin Said Al Maktoum Street, Zayed I and Khalid bin Al Walid Streets from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the start of the festival.